LM, which is Newton's laws of motion. Before knowing this, we should know what is force. A force can be determined as a pushing force or a pulling force, which create a motion. Now we will be learning about laws of motion. There are three laws of motion, where first law of motion. In first law, we also know that when F external is 0, then acceleration is 0. In second law, we know that F external is not equals to 0. Here, when momentum changes in respect to time, it is force. That is dp upon dt equals to F. We can also define here as F equals to ma. Here we get to know two more topics, which are more time, less force, and less time, more force. Regard to this, we can take example of catching a ball in a playing cricket match. Now, third law of motion. It is also known as equal and opposite reaction. Here we will be knowing force act in pair but on different bodies. Example of third law of motion we can give as falling of apple from a tree. Now we will be learning about free body diagram, FBD. Basically, what is free body diagram? A diagram which represents all the forces acting on it, not by it. Means an object on which the all forces, for example, mg force, n force, that all forces acting on it, it is which we are presenting by a diagram. It is known as free body diagram. For example, if we take a block M on surface, so mg will go downwards and normal force will go upwards. So free body diagram of this system will be dot represents the object where n will be normal force and mg will be downside. Here we will get to know that n is equal to mg. Now we will learn about free body diagram of inclined plane. So if we take an inclined plane, a block over here m, so mg will go downwards and n will go upwards. So by component divide we will get here as mg cos theta and here mg sin theta. So free body diagram of it will be the dot represents the block where mg cos theta goes downward and go upwards and mg sin theta go this side. From these we get two conclusions as n equals to mg cos theta and a equals to g sin theta. Now we will be learning about tension in spring. For this we have to take a object which is attached to a spring. Here it will be m, downside mg, and upside here it will be the tension. So free body diagram of it will be The dot represent as the object. So upside it will be T and downside it will be mg. So we will get a conclusion as T equals to mg. Note, if the string is equilibrium, then only this system is applicable. Now we will be learning tension in spring in pulley. So for this, we have to take a string attached to a pulley where two objects are being attached to it. Here will be big M and small m. So here it will be T2, here will be T1. So free body diagram of big M, it will be M T upside, mg downside. And free body diagram of small m will be T upside and m downside. Now, if we need to know the tension about this string, we will know by, here it is a pulley and here is the another blocks. So tension of this string will be T1, T2. So it will be 2T multiplying both this one. So now we will be learning about application. For this, we will take an example. For example, we will take a system of block 10 gram and another of 20 gram. Here it is T1 and here it is T2. So free body diagram of T1 will be 10 upside T1. Here it will be 10G, mg, here m is 10, so mg, and T2. As this is also attached to this one, so we will be considering T2 also. We will take of 20 grams objects, a free body diagram, it will be T2 upside and 20G downside. If the question is asked that find the tension of block this one and this one, so it will be T equals to 300 Newton and here it will be T2 equals to 200 Newtons. Now we will be knowing about application of string in inclined plane. For this, we will take a system. Here an inclined plane. Here is a surface. A block over here with M attached to a string T. And here also. So by physics, it will be mg downside and n upside. So if we divide the components, it will be mg cos theta and here mg sin theta. By this, we will get our conclusion like n equals to mg cos theta and t equals to mg sin theta. Now we will be learning application in second law. As we all know, in second law, F external is not equals to 0. So here F equals to MA. So here we will get a formula like A equals to F net upon M. If we take an example, then it will be a block on surface. Force has been acted from this side. So from this direction A force, here it will be F cos theta, here it will be F sin theta. Also mg downwards and normal force upwards. From this diagram we will get three conclusions, which is F cos theta equals to ma, which is first one. Another one is A equals to F cos theta upon m. And third one is N equals to ma upon F sin theta. Now we will be learning another example. Here we will take a surface where we will take two objects m1 and m2. Force is being acted from this position. So m1g, m2g. Here it will be n1 and 2. And normal force is being acted from this also, which is n3. So free body diagram of this will be n1 upside, mg downside, f this side, and 3 this side. And this free body diagram is of m1. From this free body diagram we get a conclusion like f minus n3 equals to m1 into a. Here is our first equation. If we go for a free body diagram of this one, which is m2, we will get here at this side we will get n3, at this side we will get n2, and at this side we will get m2g. Here we have to know that this n3 has been provided from m1 by m1. Here we will get our equation as m3 equals to m2g. We will mark it as 2. So by equation 1 and 2, we will get our conclusion as A equals to F upon m plus m2, m1 plus m2, and normal force equals to m2F upon m1 plus m2. Now we will be learning about system. Many times a given diagram consists of many more objects. For example, if we take here as m1, here as m2 attached to m3, and force is acting from this side and acceleration is from this side. So how we have to consider this? It is m1 plus m2 plus m3, and force is been acting from this side. Here we will get our conclusion as A equals to F upon m1 plus m2 plus m3. We will take an example of it, like if we take three blocks, which is 1 attached to 2 attached to 3, and force of 60 Newton has been acting on this side. So what will be the if the question is asked that find the acceleration of these? First of all, we have to consider all these three blocks as a system. So we have to add this 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 6 and 60 Newton force. So as we know formula, which is F upon m1 plus m2 plus m3. So m1, m2, m3 value we know. So here it will be 60 upon 6, which is 10 meter per second square. Now we will be learning about pulley system. pulley system. In pulley system, first of all, we have to take a string attached to a pulley, where here it is smaller m, on this side it is larger m. So free body diagram of this will be m, mg downside, a upside, and tension T upside. As the weight of this big M is larger than smaller m, so acceleration and tension will be go in this side. So here we will be getting our equation as T minus mg equals to ma. We will mark it as 1. Now free body diagram of bigger m. Here we will be considering T upside, mg downside, and acceleration downside. As its weight is larger than this one, so acceleration will be downside. So the equation here will be mg minus T equals to m into a. Mark here is at 2. So by equation 1 and 2, we will get our conclusion as m minus m into g upon m plus m, which is a. So acceleration is bigger m minus smaller m into g upon m plus m. And if tension is asked, then it will be 2m into mg upon m plus m. Now we will be learning about pulley trick. In pulley trick, we will take a pulley over this side and 3 sides. V1, VC, V2. So what will be value of VC? It will be VC equals to V1 plus V2 by 2. For this condition, we have to know only one thing, that is acceleration should be in one direction. Now we will be learning constant motion part 1. Before going forward, we should know that if the pulley moves x, then string moves 2x. For example, here we will be taking a pulley attached to a block A. Here another pulley upside, and here it will be B. So if this side goes x downwards, so this side will go 2x upwards. We will take another example of it. If a pulley is attached to a inclined plane with object A, or this side, it is attached to another pulley, and B downside. So if this one moves x by 2, it will move x. Now we will be learning a new concept, which is heavy rod, or we can also say it as string with mass. Means a mass with some mass, or a string with some mass. For this we will take a string with some mass attached to a body m mg downwards. So here it will be mass m, point A, point B, point C. So what will be the conclusion of it? We will get our conclusion as TA equals to mg, TB equals to m, which is this one, plus m by 2 m this one divided by A, G, sorry, divided by G, and TC, it will be larger m plus smaller m into G. We have to know one thing over here, that is TA is smaller than TB, it is TC. Now we will be learning about Lambick's theorem. In Lambick's theorem, we will be considering as F1 going this side, F2 going this side, and sorry, F3 going this side and F2 going this side. So here it will be angle A, here it will be angle B, here it will be angle C. So we can also write it like F1, F2, F3. Here it will be A, here it will be C, and here it will be B. So conclusion from this we get as F1 is equal to sine A, which is opposite to this direction. V equals to F2 equals to sine B, and F3 equals to sine C. This is a conclusion which we get from Lambick's theorem. Now we will be learning about apparent weight in elevator. We will be considering three conditions. There are three conditions. Here A equals to 0, A equals is upside, and A equals downside, where means here the elevator is at rest, elevator is going is upside, and elevator is going downside. Normal force of all three conditions will be upside, and mg of all three conditions will be downside. So from this we will get our conclusion as n equals to mg. We have learned earlier that when A equals to 0, then n is equals to mg. Now here when when lift is going upside, then n equals to mg plus A. In this condition we will feel like our weight is more, and here n equals to mg minus A. In this condition we will feel like our weight is less. Now we will learn about spring force. In spring force, before knowing spring force, we should know difference between spring and string. Spring and string. Spring is extensible, the string is unextensible. extensible. Spring transmit and store force, where string only transmit force. And spring is a pulling force, also pushing force, where string is only a pulling force. Now we will be learning about spring force. We will be considering a spring which is extended from this side, that is force is from this side. So this area will denote as X. So spring force Fs is equal to minus K delta, where delta X equals to change in position and K equals to spring constant. Now we will be learning about cutting of spring or string. For this, we have to take a condition like here is M with a string, another M. This side it is A, this side it is B, mg downwards. So, and also mg equals to mg and fs equals to mg. So, if we cut this side, we will get our free body diagram like A, mg and also an mg, spring force mg. So when t here we will get t equals to 0, then A equals to 2g. In B condition where B is been cut, so B equals to B mg downwards. So here also acceleration is 0 because mg is downward, mg upward, mg downward. So we will be know here that our acceleration is 0. Now we will be learning about spring force. Spring force is also known where K is inversely proportional to L, where L is length of string. For this, we will take an example. If we take a spring, we cut into 3 by 5 part. So here it will be 3 by 8L, that is 8 upon 3K, and 5L upon 8, that is 8 upon 5K. Now we will be learning about combination of spring. First one is parallel. In parallel, we will take a system with a block attached to a two spring upside K1, K2 and M. So K equivalent equals to K1 plus K2. Here is the conclusion of this parallel combination of spring. Now we'll see another one where it is attached like this side and in front. Here mg, K2 K1. Here 1 upon K equivalent equals to 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2. Now we will be learning about frame of reference. In frame of reference, there are two frame of reference, which is inertial and non-inertial. In inertial, observer is at rest, and here observer is not in rest. For this, we will take an example. If there is a person in an elevator and he has something object with block with M. So here and another observer. Here he is A and here he is B. So for A, the observer, the block M, the free body of it will be M N upwards, mg downwards, and A equals to upside. So we have learned in apparent weight on elevator, that is when A is upside N and mg, so N equals to mg plus A. But for this person which is in elevator, for him a block is an upward mg downward, but here A acceleration is equal to 0 because both them are moving upside. So for him, the A acceleration of block A equals M equals to 0. For this condition, we will be taking for this condition, we will get our conclusion like N equals to mg. But this conclusion is totally wrong. To correct this conclusion, we have introduced something which is known as pseudo force. In pseudo force, non-inertial plus pseudo force is equals to inertial. Here pseudo force is ma. So when we add m n upward, ma mg downward, so we will be getting n m g plus a, which is correct to this one. Now we will be learning about constant motion part 2. Here we will be see three conditions: a pulley, it is here m. So in this condition, when the v1 and v1 moves with 2 meter per 2 meter, then v2 also move 2 meter. v1 equals to v2. In second condition, the upside string is attached to a block. So so acceleration will be provided by him at this side. So we will get our conclusion as v equals to v1 vi cap plus vj cap. Now we will be learning about our third and last concept, where we have both block upside also acceleration m, and acceleration is provided by him also. So here it will be, so from this we get our conclusion as v equals to vi cap plus 2vj cab. Now, at last, we will be learning about impulse. Impulse is something very large force in small time. That is F equals to delta P upon delta T. So when force is constant, then F delta T equals to delta P. This is applicable only when it is in constant F. But when F is not constant, at that time we will get our conclusion as delta P equals to F dt. Thank you. Sir,